Chicken keepers spend a small fortune every year fighting mites and lice. $18 for a bottle of spray at the feed store. And here's the cruel part nobody warns you about. Most of that stuff is a chemical so strong that after you spray it, you are told to throw out your own eggs for a week. Think about that. You are poisoning the very coop your food comes out of, and you cannot even eat what your hens lay while you do it, and the bugs come storming right back anyway. But my grandmother killed every mite and every louse in her coop with 1 spoon of a plain white powder, a powder so safe her hens pecked it right off the ground, and she gathered the eggs that same morning and fried them for breakfast, and once she set it up, those bugs never got a foothold again. That is the part that ought to bother you. The feed store cannot make its money off a bag of harmless white powder that lasts you 2 years, so they sell you the chemical you have to buy over and over, and they never mention the one that is safe for the hen, safe for the egg, and safe for the child gathering it. Stay with me, because right around the middle of this, I'm going to show you the one mistake that turns this powder dangerous. The mistake that could actually hurt your birds if you get it wrong. And I saved the best part. The way this keeps your coop clean all year with no work from you at all, for the very end. Before we go on, do me one small favor. Drop a comment and tell me what state you are keeping chickens in and what is after your flock this month. Is it the red mites? Is it the lice? Is it the ticks? I read everyone. My grandmother Ada kept the hens behind my grandfather Walt's cattle place in southern Ohio, and I never once saw her carry a chemical out to that coop. I am thinking of the summers around 1959. She kept a shallow tub of dry dirt in the corner of the run, and every so often she would sprinkle a little white powder into it and stir it around with her hand. The hens would climb in and roll and flap and throw that dust up through their feathers till they looked like they had been in a flour barrel. And her birds were always clean, always bright, never scratching and miserable, the way the neighbors were. I did not understand it then. I understand it now, and I am going to hand it to you. But first, let me tell you what those chemicals really cost you. And it is more than the $18. Every time you spray one, you lose your eggs for days. So you pay for the spray and pay again in the eggs you toss. And the bugs breed so fast, the chemical never truly clears them. It just knocks them back till the next warm spell. So you're on that treadmill all season, buying bottle after bottle. And here's what turns my stomach. A lot of those fancy natural poultry dusts they sell you at a markup are this very same powder. Just poured into a smaller bag with a bird on the label. Now to beat this bug, you have to understand it. A red mite does not live on your hen. It lives in the wood, down in the cracks and joints of the roost, and it only climbs up in the dark to feed on her blood. A louse is a little different. It lives right on the bird, down in the feathers, near her vent, and never leaves her. But both of them have the same weakness. They are soft little bodies wrapped in a thin, waxy shell. And that shell is the only thing keeping the water inside them. Crack that shell, and the bug dries up and dies. That is the door you go through, and this powder is the key. Here is why it works, plain as I can say it. That white powder is food, grade diatomaceous earth, and it is not a poison at all. It is a mineral, the ground-up shells of tiny sea creatures that settled to the bottom of old lakes and seas millions of years ago. To you and me and the hen, it is just a soft dust. But under a glass, every speck of it is sharp as broken glass. So when a mite or a louse crawls through it, that powder scratches right through the waxy shell, and the bug dries out and dies. And here is the beauty of it. It kills them by drying, not by poison, so a bug can never build up a resistance to it the way it does to the chemicals, and it does no harm at all to your hen, your eggs, or you. This is not something I dreamed up on the porch. Researchers who tested this powder on laying hens found the birds that had it to Dustin carried far fewer mites and lice, and it was written up plain about 15 years back. The old dust tub and the laboratory agreed. Now here's where most folks go wrong, and this one matters for the safety of your birds. There are 2 kinds of this powder sold, and only one is safe. There is food Grade, the one you want, harmless to eat, and there is pool grade or filter grade, treated with heat. A whole different animal, and it will hurt your hen's lungs and yours. So you read that bag and you buy food grade. Only food grade, never the pool kind. The second mistake is using it wet. This powder only works bone dry. The moment it gets damp, it clumps and does nothing. So keep it dry and dust it again after a rain. And do not fog the whole coop into a cloud you are breathing, because even the safe kind is a fine dust, and a big cloud is hard on lungs. Work it in gentle, wear a cloth over your face for a big job, and keep the air calm. Food grade, kept dry, worked in gentle, and this is about the safest thing you will ever use on your flock. So let me give you the whole method, layer by layer. Number one, and this is the heart of it, is the dust bath. Take a shallow tub, an old tire, or just a scraped out, dry corner of the run. Fill it with loose, dry dirt or sand, and work in a couple of spoons of food, grade diatomaceous earth. That is it. Your hens do the rest. A chicken dust bathes by nature. It is how she cleans herself. And now every time she rolls in that tub, she works the powder down through her feathers and kills the lice and mites right on her body. Every day for free without you lifting a finger. Number two is the roost and nest boxes for the red mites in the wood. Lift the bedding and dust a spoon into the cracks and seams of the roost and the bottom of the nest boxes. Then put the bedding back. Number three, if a bird is already crawling, part the feathers around her vent and under her wings and work a light dusting down against the skin where the lice live. Keep it dry, keep it gentle, and you are done. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. My coop is already crawling and my hens are miserable. Is it too late? It is not. And this is for you especially. Strip the old bedding out and get it away from the coop, because it is full of bugs and eggs. Then dust the clean roost and nest boxes, set up that dust bath, and give every bird a light dusting by hand. In a week, you dust the wood again to catch any that hatched. And by then your birds are already treating themselves in that tub every single day. An old, buggy coop is exactly where this shines, because you are finally hitting them where they live and letting the hens carry the fight from there. And now the best part, the one I saved for the end, and it is the thing that sets this apart from every spray in that store. A spray is a one-time thing. You do it, it wears off, the bugs come back, you do it again. But that dust bath does not wear off. Once you set it up and keep it dry, it runs itself. Every day of the year, your hens climb in and armor themselves in that powder, so the bugs never get a chance to take hold in the first place. You are not treating an infestation anymore. You are preventing one forever with a tub of dirt and a spoon of powder. And here is how the old folks made it even better. They stirred a few shovels of wood ash from the stove and a little dry sand right into that dust tub along with the powder. The ash and the powder together make a dust bath no mite or louse can live through. And it costs you nothing but what you sweep out of the firebox. Set that up once, keep it dry, and you have built a coop that cleans itself. So let me lay it out one more time, plain and in order. First, buy food grade diatomaceous earth, and only food grade, never the pool kind. Second, make a dry dust bath of loose dirt with a couple spoons of the powder stirred in, and let your hens treat themselves in it every day. Third, dust a spoon into the roost cracks and the nest boxes for the red mites in the wood. Fourth, if a bird is infested, work a light dusting into her feathers by hand, kept dry and gentle. Keep that dust bath dry and topped up. Throw in some wood ash, and the bugs simply never come back. That is the entire thing. Safe for your hens, safe for your eggs, safe for you. You did not lose this because it stopped working. You lost it because there is no money in a powder that lasts 2 years and never harms a thing. A chemical you buy over and over that keeps you throwing out eggs, that is a business. A tub of dirt that cleans your flock for free is not. You were not foolish for buying the spray. You were just never told the simple thing. Now you have it back. So do two things for me before you go. First, go back down to that comment box and tell me what state you are in and what is after your flock this month. The mites, the lice, the ticks. I read every one, and sometimes your question turns into the next video. And second, if you would rather clean your coop with a spoon of dirt than a jug of poison, come along and sit on the fence with us. This is not about following a channel. It is a porch full of neighbors, remembering the old ways one at a time. Next time, I'm going to show you the one thing in a jar under your sink that clears up scaly leg mites. The ones that make an old hen's legs go rough and crusted and swollen. And it works overnight without a drop of chemical. Most folks never even know what is wrong with those legs. I will show you next time. Before I let you go, I think about my grandmother Ada by that dust tub on a summer evening, sprinkling a little white powder into the dirt while the hens waited their turn to roll in it. She never had much, but she used to say, the healthiest animal is the one you let take care of itself. Give them the dust, keep it dry, and I will see you next time.